Hello everyone and welcome to another KrebsCOHO World of Tanks replay. Again, going to be a fan submitted replay just because I have so many to go through and I need to spam these as much as I can. The great thing that I love about World of Tanks is that each game only lasts something like 8 minutes, so the average game anyway. And so it's so easy to spam these replays, and you know what? They're really exciting, and I am a sucker for scouting replays. I have never actually done one yet, but I have watched quite a few. But I thought this one was probably worthy of a replay. So today we're going to be looking at a guy going by the name of Stewart99 playing in his T50 against this. Against all of that on Westfield. Now before we start going on, let's look for some funny names because I really want to look for some funny names. I think this should become a staple introduction to our cast. So funny names. His team, Pew Pew, that's okay. As the VK3001H, so Pew Pew tank. And on the enemy team, we've got Flying Hawaiian, Prime Minister. We've got Cherry Liquor! Cherry Liquor! Fantastic! As what tank? As the Panzer III. Cherry Liquor, that is not dirty at all. That's not a dirty connotation whatsoever. But anyway, so we've got him playing in the T50 tank. Great speedy tank, not as speedy as the T52, but it is, for its tier, a great scouting tank. I don't think there really is anything that compares to the T50s in terms of scouting capability. You used to have those, the German scouts like the Leopard and such, but they don't really compare in speed and also size. The nice thing about these Russian tanks is that they're so goddamn fast and they're also very small. So if you're looking in terms of actual scouting power, that is what I'm going to call it, scouting power, then it is most definitely the Russian scouts that you want to go for, because simply put, the ones for, say, the Germans are just too big and they're not as fast as they should be. And so, you know, maybe there was a day a long time ago in a galaxy far away, yeah, fine, fair enough, they were good, the Leopards and such, but probably not anymore. So here we go, T50. Alright, so already being the nuisance that he is, the T50 just going around Westfield. Personally, I think Westfield is a great map for scouting. However, I don't think it's the best. I think the absolute best scouting map is definitely Steppes. That's the one where you have the open field, where you have the rock formations pretty much across the entire map, with the right-hand side of the map having the hills and such. That is, in my opinion, the best scouting map, just because it's so easy to maneuver around the rocks and all the cover and such. But this one's, it's okay. You can, if you have luck on your side, you can go weave around the hills and the town, the villages and such. So I think in that respect it's okay. But already he has been such a nuisance, harassing these vehicles, going for the AMX-40 now, and going around in circles, making wheelies around it, whilst the AMX-40 cannot even migrate his turret around fast enough to even lock down on the T50. So what an annoying position to be in. Great thing, even though it's the T50, even though he doesn't have the most powerful gun, the most penetrative one to take on these tanks, he still is giving the sight for other vehicles on his team to go destroy them. And so here he goes, right over the artillery, going straight for the M37 artillery over here, and boom, one hit, doing 0 damage, but for some reason doing penetration. 52% down to now, crashing into it and finally finishing it off. That's the M37 down for Stewart over here, and that is his first kill racked up with the Panzer III. Looks like it's going to be possibly the next one, but this might be a little bit more of a challenge because the Panzer III is more a speedy vehicle. But then again, the Panzer III does not have the fastest turret rotation to actually keep up with the T50's circling motion here. The maneuverability, still quite a speedy turret traverse on that Panzer III over there, but still it is not as fast as it possibly can be. The T50 having a great, fantastic time here, just being able to go around the Panzer III so freely, and the Panzer III is just absolutely panicking now because he's just thinking to himself, oh my god, I don't know what to do, there's a T50 here, and he keeps on missing as well. Such a difficult position to be in whenever you're taking on a scout or any tank that's circling, making circles around you, to actually have that accuracy to actually shoot them, right? It's the same case also in the T50's case. when you're circling around tanks to have the accuracy to shoot the enemy vehicles? Well, just make sure that your reticle is directly on the enemy tank. Make sure it closes down slightly. You will notice that a few times here that it does close down a bit slightly. So let's do a fixed camera. You'll notice that he's not actually zooming in or anything. He's just waiting so that he gets a little bit closer, and when his reticle is directly on top of the Panzer IV, then he fires. So good stuff, loving that that sort of tactics. And now the Panzer IV overall is pretty damn screwed. Panzer IV still has quite a weak gun on it. It's not the fully upgraded one. He has the good turret, but he doesn't have the best cannon on there, and so he's suffering here. He's really suffering, and there you go. He's suffering some more with a smoldering tank, and that is a good show for the T-50. Not really destroying these tanks, but harassing them so much that the enemy tanks are just sort of, well, they're being harassed, simply put. They have to focus their attention on trying to take out this T-50 whilst all these allied tanks on the T-50 team is pummeling away at these vehicles. So you just gotta imagine that position. Oh my god, there's a T-50 circling around you. You're trying to take it out. Whilst you're trying to destroy it, you're getting destroyed or hit from every direction from the enemy vehicles, and it's such a difficult position to be in, to be harassed or to carry on, right? But here we go. So whilst the T-50 was doing all of that, now the enemy vehicles are on their last limbs over here. And if anything, you know, I didn't really see much what was going on the other side of the map, what was happening with, you know, the Jag Panther and all that stuff on top of the hill. But I gotta say, I think the T-50 was the star tank over here to actually harass all these vehicles and stop them from attacking his allies. That is, in my opinion, a star performance for him. So well done, T-50, for actually carrying that out. You definitely give a bad name to the T-50s and why a lot of people hate them so much. But then again, if you're actually playing as them or on the same team, well, you gotta appreciate them, right? So let's take a look at the personal achievements. We've got destroyed those tanks, damaged those tanks, detected 4 of them. Good show. Over to Battle Heroes. We've got just Ordo getting something over there. Sniper had nothing for the T-50, so fair enough. Hope you guys enjoyed this replay. You can send in yours to KrebsCOHO@hotmail.co.uk. Make sure they're a little bit extraordinary. And of course, I'll see you next time.